Hey y'all, it's Dan back with another video, another late night video. This one's about partners in health, Dr. Paul Farmer. And the reason I'm doing this video is because a YouTuber, the Jeff Censored channel, posted this video about contact tracing, scarier than you imagined, about contact tracing. And so I'm going to play this for you.
I wanted to share this last video with you, and I thought it was interesting. I'll put it that way, and end with that video. But start thinking about this tracking and tracing, and really, what's the purpose? It makes sense if something was small and the outbreak was small, and they could actually track and trace it. But at this point, it's so widespread. What is the value? With that,
Jack Windsor, WMFD TV, Mansfield. Governor, I'm the last question, and my question is for you. And it's going to be a very sensitive question, and I'm going to do my best to be intentional so that it's not misrepresented. Today, it sounds as if we're pivoting from COVID to larger social issues like housing, education, and transportation. I know in past pressers, we've learned about Dr. Paul Farmer and Partners in Health working with us on contact tracing. Looking at the Partners in Health website, contact tracing seems to be part of a larger social agenda for Partners in Health. The site states a vision to rectify, quote, structural violence of capitalism, which the organization sees as the root cause of things such as racism, gender inequality, xenophobia, and homophobia. Now, I'm not questioning the injustice of those things, Governor, so let me be very clear about that. What my question is, can you tell us why you chose to partner with an organization that demonizes capitalism and seems to be rooted in liberation theology based on Marxist ideals?
Well, I've never always agreed with Paul Farmer, who started it, and many of his ideas. But he and the organization have had an ability to deliver health services. My wife Fran and I are very familiar with this in Haiti. We've seen what he has done in Haiti. We've visited Haiti over 20 times, and so that's just something that we do in our private lives. And so, the Partners with Health, you don't have to accept the ideology of Paul or anybody else. But what I'm interested in is getting things done, and they're not the ones who are doing it on the ground. People who are going to be doing it on the ground are Ohioans. But they serve as a consultant. They have done this type of work not only in the United States but around the world. They're pretty darn good at it, and so I'm going to take help from wherever I can get help and wherever I find expertise. I don't have to agree with everyone's ideology or what they think about everything in the world, and to accept that, to be able to use their help. We're in a war. We're in a battle. We're going to put the best people we can on the field. The best people are the Ohioans, but we're going to get some help from this group because they've done some of these things before.
So it's funny that he says, I've never always agreed. I've never always agreed. What does that come to? I've never. I've never always agreed. 121. Like Wuhan coronavirus. Never always agreed. The double negative. Also 1113, like BS, like bullshit. I've never always agreed. That's bullshit. So then I saw this article where apparently Ohio is going to be the first state to do large scale contact tracing. I don't know if you heard the video, but where she's saying they're talking about a lot of people here with contact tracing. And so and then I noticed what the date was. It was April 24th. Keep that in mind. Or 424. updated at 349. 349 happens to be the 70th prime number. 349, the 70th prime number, like coronavirus. That's when it was updated. So, Ohio has partnered with Massachusetts based Partners in Health to become one of the nation's first states to launch large scale contract tracing, contact tracing. Enlisting the help of Dr. Paul Farmer, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine explained how the voluntary process will work during his daily press briefing on Friday. Now, they say it's voluntary, but if you watch that video that I just played the end of it, I'll put a link in the bottom description. You show it's not really voluntary. In order to do anything in society, you will need, voluntary 50 like America. 95, that's interesting. I'll tell you why that's interesting later on. So let's get back to this here. So she's wearing orange. Notice that. Orange, of course, equals 33. Also 60, which is an important number in this decode as well. It has everything to do with Paul Farmer. He's 60 years old right now. This is his time to shine. And talks about their mission. We go, we make house calls, we build healthcare systems, we stay, right? And that equals, among other numbers, 244. That phrase, we go, we make house calls, we build health systems, we stay. 244. Notice when this article comes out on April 24th or 24/4. And I'll get into why this is interesting. So their tagline, "Injustice has a cure," equals 111, and Paul Farmer equals 111. Interesting coincidence. Also, you notice Farmer equals 61, and so does Injustice, right? And Ohio is going to be the first state to do large scale contact tracing. Ohio 61, Farmer 61, right? And what was that other thing I was talking about? Injustice is also 61. These guys are kind of social justice warriors too. Injustice 61 and 47 like Ohio, right? 47, that number. Also, Dr. Paul Farmer equals 133. And what else is 133? How about Injustice is 133 and 61. Also, Dr. Paul Farmer is 74, the reflection of 47. So the first state is going to be Ohio. So let's look at Mr. Paul Farmer. He was born October 26, 1959, right? Are we talking about voluntary equals 95, the reflection of 59? They say it's voluntary, but it's really not. His real name, Paul Edward Farmer, born in North Adams, Massachusetts. He went to Harvard, of course, and Duke. Learn more about him, shall we? He's a medical anthropologist. So he was born with 33 numerology. course he was. 33, right? They wear orange. PIH, the organization that he helped found, equals 33. Right? He's born in Massachusetts. That's where the company's based. 33. He's 60 years old right now. I mentioned that. He's born with 60 numerology. Orange equals 60 as well. And Paul Farmer equals 60. So from his birth to when they announced this was a global pandemic is 60 years and 137 days. We all know that number 137. 137 is the 33rd prime, like orange, like, PIH, like his birth numerology. Also, if you write out 33, it equals 60. 33 equals 60. Also 66, and I'll show you why that's interesting later on. Farmer also equals 101. 101. And he's a medical anthropologist. 101. Right? I think they first started in Haiti. Haiti and Ohio, 47 and 29. They're 47, right? And Ohio, 47 and 29. Look at that. Interesting. Also Haiti, 34. That's interesting. 34, of course, a murder number. So 101, a prime number. It's the 26th prime number. He was born on the 26th, right? Virus is 26. God is 26. God number 26. People are playing God. Virus 26. Right? Also PIH is also 24. And virus 89, the 24th prime number. So there's definitely a relationship between the two. So he was born here in North Adams, Massachusetts, equals 340. North Adams, Massachusetts. Kind of close to me, where I live. And we mentioned that Haiti equals 34 as well. Haiti, 34. That's really the first place that PIH went. And his name, Farmer, equals 34. Kind of like murder. There's North Adams, Massachusetts, also 74, like Dr. Paul Farmer, right? 340, as we mentioned. 281 I'll get to, and 142, 119, that all-seeing eye. All-seeing eye. Illuminati. Symbolism there, also 61, like Farmer. Right. 281, we'll get to that. So 281, a prime number, the 60th prime number. Remember, he's 60 years old, born with 60 numerology, and Paul Farmer equals 60. This is his year, what he's been waiting for. So he was raised in this place, population of 12. 12 people live in this place. Wiki Wachi Florida. Right? It's basically a park, springs. This is where he was raised, in Florida. Right? Florida, of course, 38 and 43, just like pandemic, and 65. '65, 38, 43, just like Florida and pandemic. Also, if you look up Weeki Wachee, I believe it's 33 feet above sea level. Weeki Wachee. Yeah. Elevation, 33 feet. I don't know if you can see that. Make it bigger. Make it even bigger. 33 feet is the elevation. 12 people live there. So he was born in 1959, and they don't say when he moved to this place in Florida, but in 1970 there were 76 people there. Then it went down to 8, and then up to 53, and then down to 12. So I think by that time he was gone. So maybe there was somewhere between 76 and 8 people there. Something like that. Weeki Wachee, or Wacky. The gematria of that is 163. And that's interesting because, of course, that's a prime number, the 38th prime. And Farmer equals 38. Florida equals 38. Pandemic equals 38. COVID-19 equals 38. And also he's the chair of this, the Department of Global Health and Social Medicine, 380 or 38. So in 1987, he got together with these other people and co-founded Partners in Health. So it began in this place in Haiti and works 12 sites across the country. It also works in Rwanda, Lesotho, Malawi, Mexico, Peru, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Russia, and the Navajo Nation. Conge, I don't know what that is. So when we started, Conge, 24. This doesn't like 24 like PIH, not change. PIH 24 like Conge. 105 like masonry. 30 like the N-word. Started in 1987, which was 33 years ago. Right? So their tagline, "Injustice has a cure." 69, like social distancing. Also 87. Company was formed in 87. Social distancing also 87, and also 273. Injustice has a cure. There's a cure for injustice. Also Massachusetts equals 69. That number of Saturn. Also social distancing is 159. And that's interesting because Paul Farmer equals 159. And he's also the chair of this right here, Department of Global Health and Social Medicine, 223. 223, the synagogue of Satan, right? It's also a prime number, 48 prime, which lines up with Paul Farmer. Paul Farmer. Scripted career, PIH equals 48 as well. Right. So let's look at these guys again, their mission, their impact. Justice has a cure. So I'm going to read this part just for fun here. It's available at their social justice warriors. I got nothing against social justice. It's just that so it says at the end, when our patients are ill and have no access to care, our team of health professionals, scholars, and activists will do whatever it takes to make them well, just as we would do if a member of our own families or we ourselves were ill. Started in Haiti. All right. So let's continue on here. So there's a video on their website. Their first words of the video, it's 59 seconds long. It's actually 60. Like Paul Farmer equals 60. Like born on a day with 60 numerology. Like he's 60 years old. It starts a global public health crisis. Notice the stop COVID thing here. Global health, public health crisis. What does that equal? 244. Isn't that familiar? Very familiar. Why is that familiar? Because this article about DeWine, Governor Mike DeWine, saying Ohio plans to be the first state to do large-scale contact tracing is on April 24th, or 24/4. 24/4. So from the date of that article, from his last birthday to that is 181 days. And that happened on a day with 48 numerology. Remember, Paul Farmer equals 48. PIH equals 48. Right? PIH equals 48. Paul Farmer equals 48. He's going to be a consultant. What does consultant mean in gematria? 59. The video is 59 seconds. Also 139, like Freemasonry. Be a consultant. Also America. Get to 139 a little bit later too. That's interesting. So 244. Global public health crisis. The first words that come across this video. Well, partners in health also equals 244. That's why we're talking about it, I guess. Right? That's when the article's from. 224/4. Very interesting. So it made me think of the 244th day of the year is September 1st. Yeah. All right, September 1st, or 9/1. 9-1 in the Gregorian calendar, and 121 days remaining. Why is 121 interesting? Well, a bunch of things. Wuhan coronavirus. Oops, no. That was the first case of coronavirus in the U.S. on 121, right? A blood sacrifice number. 121. Oops, let's get out of here. So, partners in health. Partners in health. Also 91, right? The 244th day of the year is September 1st, right? And partners in health equals 91. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. So then if you look at the flip side of it, May 1st is the 121st day of the year normally, and 244 days left in the year. What's so special about May 1st? 5/1. Well, on their video, it says stop COVID, right? Our mission says right here, stop COVID. Stop COVID. Stop COVID equals 51. Also 48 like PIH and Paul Farmer. 42 like Freemason. These are Freemason numbers. 42, 51, and 48. It's also Illuminati numbers, right? May 1st, the birth. Illuminati 120 and 48. 150 or 15, reflection of 51. And 69 like Massachusetts, like social distancing, like their catchphrase. What's their catchphrase? Injustice has a cure. Justice has a cure. Equals 69. Oops. Not subscribed on it now. All right. Justice has a cure. 69 like Illuminati. So look at this. Partners in Health and Bavarian Illuminati. 188 and 80, a match in 2 of the 4 ciphers. Interesting. The Bavarian Illuminati also equals 95. Remember they were making this voluntary? Wasn't that 95 too? 95. Voluntary 95, like the Bavarian Illuminati. And Farmer was born in 59. The reflection of 95, right? Paul Edward Farmer equals 95 as well. His full name. Remember we were talking about 221 before? Were we talking about that yet? Oh no, we haven't got there yet. I'm skipping ahead. I am definitely skipping ahead. Okay. Gotta focus here. Don't skip ahead. So, 244 a big number, 95 a big number. He was born with 95 numerology. The name Paul Edward Farmer equals 95. Bavarian Illuminati 95 names his organization Partners in Health. There's an overlap to Bavarian Illuminati. Interesting. He was born here, North Adams, Massachusetts, equals 340. That's interesting because The Bavarian Illuminati equals 139. Like, it was 139 as well. Consultant, 139, like Bavarian Illuminati. Just like consultant. 139, a special number, the 34th prime, kind of like where he was born. North Adams, Massachusetts, 340. And his last name, Farmer, 34. All right. So a little thing about Adam Weishaupt, he was a Jesuit. He modeled his organized along Jesuit lines. Kept internal discipline with a system of mutual surveillance based on that model. Mutual surveillance. Isn't that where we're heading toward with this contact tracing? So May 1st is the birthday of the Bavarian Illuminati. 1776. And to the pandemic, to when they announced it a pandemic, is 89,069 days. Like 89 like virus, 69 like Illuminati, 89, right? 89, 69. 89, 69, or 89,069 is the 8,627th prime number. And that's interesting because that in itself is a prime number, but 1,074th prime. 1,074, kind of like 174, number of the beast is 174. Also 87. PIH was formed in 87. Remember? Also, what else was 87? Social distancing, 87. Let's go back and look here. Let me take a minute. Worth it though. Social distancing, 87. Their tagline, injustice has a cure, 87. 87. Number of the beast equals 87. PIH formed in 1987. So, also another link to him is that Farmer was born with 66 days left in the year. October 26th. 66. Number of the beast equals 66. So the second word, getting back to the video, is a global, so it starts a global public health crisis demands a global response. That whole phrase equals 273, like social distancing, right? Like injustice has a cure. Social distancing. $273. So those are the first two phrases, and this one is big. Demands a global response. Oh, I have it right here. There we go. Justice has a cure. Social distancing, both in the same cipher. 273. And if you look at just demands a global response, you see some familiar numbers. 221, right? The Bavarian Illuminati. 221. 86 is interesting, kind of like blood sacrifice. 113, like coronavirus pandemic. Which is bullshit. 113. Right? $373, I'll show you that in a little bit. I'll show you 86 in relation to something else. And 121, like blood sacrifice, demands a global response. There's going to be lots of blood sacrifices. This is when supposedly the first case in the United States hit on 121, January 21st. So, demands a global response equals 373. Look at global. Global is 113. Like bullshit. 373, the 74th prime. Saw that number earlier related to Dr. Paul Farmer, 74. Also Masonic, 74. Atria, 74. So demands a global response, 86. Kind of like contact tracing is also 86. Contact tracing. You could be in quarantine for a long time. Contact tracing also 58. Paul, 58. No doubt Freemasonry, 58 as well. He was born in 59. Contact tracing. So there you go. You can watch the video. It's just a lot of, music and words, and it's supposed to be inspirational or something, but it's just more bullshit, more BS from the farmer. Went to Harvard and Duke. All these guys went to Harvard. They all did. So the only place that they work in the United States is the Navajo Nation. There's plenty of healthcare concerns in the United States. I don't know why these organizations have to go outside the United States, but Navajo Nation. Navajo Nation. Equals 188, like Bavarian Illuminati. That's why they're there. Also North Adams, place he was born, 113. Also 58, Paul, 58, right? And if you just use the MA, it's 127, like Scottish Rite of Freemasonry and Bavarian Illuminati. Bavarian Illuminati. 127. Just like where he was born in North Adams, MA. So I look at these other guys here. Todd McCormack, Ophelia Dahl. She's the first one listed on the website, so let's check out her name just for fun. Ophelia. 6633 as well. Just like PIH. So 66 like number of the beast. And I guess she's related to that because they had James the Giant Peach. Check this out. So our mission, talk about their mission, and then they're tweeting Partners Health, the 5th episode of Roald Dahl's James and the Giant Peach has arrived. And reading in support of, so I don't know if Olivia Dahl is, let's check her out. Ophelia Dahl. I mean, yeah, that was her father. Her father was Roald Dahl. Isn't that interesting? Roald Dahl, James and the Giant Peach. Like sacrifice 91. Are we talking about 91 before? September 1st, the 244th day of the year. Old Doll, 39. Mason Room, 51. James and the Giant Peach. Remember that story. I like that story. James and the Giant Peach. 113. And 94 like coronavirus pandemic. Hilarious. Coronavirus pandemic. The same ciphers too. 113. That's why they're reading it right now, apparently. So, anyway, this was fun. Hope you learned something. Enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, whatever it is. I should go to sleep, but we'll see. Talk to you later, everybody. Have a good one.